I can feel it in my head actually. Just like we just turned the corner, and I get a pain in my head, like almost like an ice cream headache. You know, just like a boom, it hits your head. You know, and I think that's the altitude up here that's doing it, or the thin air. It makes you more sensitive and gives you these weird effects. People report feeling nauseous sometimes, or seasick effect, headaches and things like that. The fog here is pretty thick. In other places, you know, it settles in the low areas, I guess, but with the snow and the kind of warmer air, and it's making for quite foggy conditions. We've been following these signs to Buffalo Bill's grave, and I appreciate the signs, but they don't tell you how many miles, how far it is. So you keep following these signs. If I knew it was this far, I wouldn't have gone. I thought it might be right off the highway, but apparently it's not right off the highway, because we've been traveling 5 or so minutes, maybe 10, and we still haven't reached it. Oh my God, it's so thick. It's so hard to see.
Boy, look at all the fogs. Jeez. I think we decided to turn around because we don't know where the Buffalo Bill grave is.
How far away it is.
And it's already 12:20, and I haven't eaten anything all day except just a cup of Starbucks coffee. This is snow in USA. See the car.
Wildlife on road. Mountain roads, mountains on each side.
We get into the city called Blackhawk.
And you get into Blackhawk, and all of a sudden, dug into the side of the mountains on the left side of this narrow valley, you have casinos on both sides of the road. It's like these huge, mega modern casinos here. It's startling. One after the other, after the other, after the other, like a half mile of all these new casinos that must have been recently built from the looks of them.
Beautiful.
passing through this little city, Lyons, Lyon.
I think we are approaching the city called Easter Park. Easter Park. Gonna have lunch.
Yep, Estate Park city limit, elevation 7522. It's up there. Estes Park now for the Rocky Mountain. Just stayed at a Costa Rican restaurant, Pura Vida, and just passed the Stanley Hotel, which is inspiration for the movie The Shining. And now it's off to the Rocky Mountains.
So I think we are at the entrance to the Rocky Mountain. It costs $20 per car. Right now, Frank reached for his wallet.
No one here, maybe you don't have to. Station closed. Please proceed.
Oh. Well, so far we haven't paid him yet, so maybe later on, I guess, huh?
Maybe because it's free starting tomorrow. They're doing it now. I don't know. Maybe they started a little early.
I doubt it. That's cost some money, you know.
Well, it's like it's $20 for 7 days. You know that pass.
Oh, really?
So, you know, if you bought it today, you're only paying for today instead of all 7 days. So maybe they said, you know, most of that period's free anyway, so they're not going to charge you.
You're on a Bear Road, say?
Yeah, Bear Mountain Road.
Bear Mountain Road. Open year round. Most roads closed. So, what would you call them, Frank?
Bighorn elk or something. See the antlers on them? These ones don't have antlers. Oh, look at this little bird on top of one. Blackbird.
Boy, I cannot imagine how they live here. Like, look, they try to find food under the snow.
That's a nice view up there. You see like the multiple valleys. There's a valley and a valley and a mountain and a valley and a mountain and a valley. It's beautiful.
Well, we just get out from the Rocky Mountain now. We're in the valley. You probably can see all this and might be at Denver downtown.
Returning back to civilization after a couple days in the wild mountains, and just coming out of the mountains, and we get into this flat area, surrounded by this grassy area, and Denver up ahead. Still quite a ways away from Denver, I think. It's amazing you can see it from here, actually.
Close dinner now. See this downtown close by. Inward traffic around after 4 o'clock, around 4:15.
giant men.
Thank God this car stopped. This is where we stay. Today is April 16th, it's Saturday night. It's close to where our hotel is. And then there's a show at Denver, downtown. Oh my god, cheap one. This car. It's nice Saturday night, and Frank and I are going to a gay bar. It's my first night going out to gay bar. Today is our last day in Denver. It's April 18, 2011. We are on the way to Colorado Springs.
Is it the Air Force Academy? Pikes Peak, maybe?
Yeah.
Something called Garden Garage, stone formations. And as we round the corner here, we might see Pikes Peak off in the distance. I don't think it's that one on the left. I think it might, maybe it is on the left there. That angle, that might be Pikes Peak there. See the snow-covered mountain over there in front of us now.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Maybe that's what I had. You want to say how good a time you've had this week? How it compares with the Khmer Rouge?
I take Khmer Rouge.
Take Khmer Rouge. Driving. We just went through the entrance to the Air Force Academy. They checked out our trunk and looked at our ID and.
Not RD, just your ID.
My ID.
Don't give people misinformation.
Okay. So now we're going to head towards the visitor center. This is the north entrance. We'll probably leave by the south entrance. So we're on the Air Force Academy grounds now. And they have a cathedral, which is supposed to be very nice to visit. I'm usually not that big of a Zen cathedrals, but I heard such good reviews of it that and we drove right by, so we're going to go see that.
Okay. It's a plane. Air
Oh,
Force
it's a plane over there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wow, that's nice. Oh, look, there's the Air Force Academy. There's the fields. There's a football field or something down there. Some sort of other fields. In the background, the top pointy building, I think that's the cathedral. I don't think they call it cathedral, but whatever they call it. And other buildings associated with their schooling and stuff, I assume.
So he hired me, I took over there, and I gave it to the newspaper anymore.
It's Airport Chapel.
I'm not sure what they gather for. I think they might do it every day. I overheard someone talking when we were walking by. He seemed to know what he was talking about.
Yeah, around noon, it's around noon time,
They
right?
have some sort of assembly. The whole thing's more interesting than I thought. The visit's more interesting than I thought it would be. Oh, it's coming out here with the band. Drum and pipe type thing.
Right now we're on our way to the Ghana God, and the rock in the front you see the red rock, that could be Ghana God.
Garden of the Gods.
Garden of the Gods. You might think it's a real garden, but mostly rocks fenced in. Right?
It's been the sun.
Here at the entrance of Ghana of the God, you can see the signs, the Ghana of the Gods. It's in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Anyone want to come and see it?
Well, that's nice. I'm glad they came. Like this.
My friends like it.
It's so unusual. Oh, you see the triple
Which
13?
professional one? Yeah, that's what I was.
There's change above them too.
Climb rock.
He hasn't put anything in for a while.
With the snow, what's it called again, Frank?
Pikes Peak.
And how many people per year climb up there?
500,000 either by the car or railroad mostly.
It's
there's
beauty scenic up there. You can get seasick though.
and why is this called Garden of the Gods?
So beautiful rocks.
And the first person who came here, there were a couple guys, and they said, looking for a base camp at the base of Pikes Peak. And one guy said, oh, this would be a great place for a beer garden. And his friend said, this is a place built for the gods. And that's why they call it Garden of the Gods. Fit for the gods, that's what he said.
This one called Balance Rock. It's not far from the Garden of Gods.
I guess this is all sand and sediment, and the soft part eroded away in the water quicker than the top, and the top part is heavier material. So the soft part eroded away, but the part that's left has held up 700 tons of rock for thousands of years. Some guy bought this land and used to charge people 25 cents to take their photograph with balanced rock, but eventually people got their own cameras and they didn't need him anymore, and so then he started charging money to come. Driving this, we just did this little drive like the car in front of us. Reminded me of when Loy and Jim drove through a trunk of a tree. They're driving in between two of these big rocks that probably were attached at one point, and they've been carved out, separated, and stuff for the road here. And so we drive through the rock. Okay.
Frank and I, we are here at the Olympic training facility for summer and also winter Olympic. It's the only one in the country, as you can see. See the two flags, one for England and one for Russia. See the date, I'm going to zoom in. It said 469 more days for Summer Olympic in London, and then 1,029 more days for Summer Olympic at Sochi in Russia. Today, the 19th, we are leaving. I'm at the Alamo car rental. It's Denver Airport, International Airport. I can zoom and see. Big airport.